The fact that so many of you're seeing them in the video right now, these people were able to break into and deface and defile and shed blood inside the Capitol building has been suspicious from the very beginning. And some new details are starting to come out. It's a complicated picture, but we're starting to learn a little bit more about all that happened. So apparently, 3 days before supporters of Donald Trump rioted at the Capitol, the Pentagon asked the U.S. Capitol Police if it needed National Guard manpower. And as the mob descended on the building Wednesday, Justice Department leaders reached out to offer FBI agents. The police turned them down both times, according to senior defense officials and 2 people familiar with the matter. The result is the U.S. Capitol was overrun Wednesday, and officers in a law enforcement agency with a large operating budget and experience in high security events protecting lawmakers were overwhelmed for the world to see. 4 protesters died, including 1 shot inside the building. A Capitol Police officer died Thursday after being injured on Wednesday as well. And you saw the videos, by the way. The barricades were set up, but police retreated from the line. They're not even saying in this graphic, but we've seen video of the barricades being opened up for them. More video came out yesterday of cops seeming to wave the protesters towards the buildings. And we've got more there too, but look, obviously this is not a thing where the police were totally in line with what was happening. Police were injured. 1 cop was killed. And so that blood is on the hands of these people that talk constantly about how blue lives matter and all of that. But there's a lot of reason to believe that this was not some sort of accident, that we didn't just happen to not have enough security set up, that various elements were okay with this going along for whatever reason, and we'll see.
Well, it's that the benefit of the benefit of the doubt that you can give them is taking some of these folks at their word that they're like, listen, we saw what happened in Portland when Trump unleashed federal troops on everyone, and we didn't want to have that double standard. The problem is you already do have a double standard. You're just not like acknowledging the right one. And the double standard is not necessarily that you would, one double standard you have is like someone's unleashing the federal troops on protesters. Just the black ones. And the other thing that you're misunderstanding is that like these folks are violent. Like the Trump people were violent. They did bash a police officer over the head. And the other thing that's very frustrating about it is, I don't know, this is probably more of a media criticism, but the media, people like Tucker Carlson, people who watch Happy Half Hour got a little too into, on Wednesday, just got a little too into Tucker Carlson. But Tucker Carlson says like, if it's a white protester, I'm gonna take a moment, look past the violence and say, oh, what is really getting these people so upset? The nonviolent ones, the ones who are decent, because I can say that a small group doesn't represent the entire movement. But when it comes to black protesters, oh, the violent ones are all of them, all of them. You seldom. The thing I'll give Trump's time credit for is seldom have we had such like a very clear experiment, almost like following explicitly the scientific method. We have utterly analogous things, and we have controls. We have ways to say what is the difference here, and sadly, it confirms our hypothesis, which was there is systemic racism in America. And the media is complicit in perpetrating it and creating bubbles that excuse what white people do, but not what people who aren't white do.
Yeah.
It's nuts, man.
And now, and the thing is, like we've been saying all throughout today, there are more of these events coming. Like it wouldn't, even if they get it right then, it doesn't in any way, it doesn't bring people back from the dead from this event, but like, are we 100% sure that they're gonna take it seriously?
Well, this was history. Like that's the thing is along the way, it's so frustrating because I saw it, we all saw it, we all called it out. And there's plenty of people like, don't worry about it. But that's how history happens. It's not someone says, hey, like on 9/10, you didn't know about 9/11, right? It just kind of happened. And now it's such a real thing that you look back on as a significant thing in history. Yeah. This is something that on the day before it happened, everybody was still like, Trump's gonna go. He's been stoking violence. There has been a movement that's going to do something like this. And yes, for some people, they're saying there's some people can look at it and say, there's just like a one guy with a weird Viking hat on, and that's not it. And also he's with Antifa. But no, this is history. This is a time we can now say that very recently, unhinged wackos who were against the very fibers of democracy stormed the Capitol building and with the intent to take people, our elected representatives hostage, which is already insane. But it's also for something like just following the Constitution is why they did it. That's what was happening.
Well,
the specific event was following the process set out in the Constitution. That's what they were upset with.
They thought that could be reversed. And they thought that because they were told that by people they trusted. People like Tucker Carlson and Sean Hannity and Donald Trump and all of them, and Ted Cruz and Josh Hawley and all of that. They thought this could work because they were told it could work.
Check out the Damage Report podcast each day, wherever you get your podcasts, whether Pocket Casts or Stitcher or iTunes. You can join me as I give you the news and stories you want, with a range of co-hosts and interview guests jumping in on the fun each day. Again, that's the Damage Report, wherever you get your podcasts. And if you get them at iTunes, don't forget to rate and review. Sometimes I'll read them live on the show.